The iconic Sharjah Cricket Stadium, a theatre of dreams, a cauldron of epic battles and miraculous comebacks. On this magical home turf, the Warriors will need to pull off something special. Only a thumping win against the table toppers will ensure a playoff spot. This season, Desert Vipers have been riding on Khuzaima Tanveer and Sam Curran's brilliance to emerge as one of the hot title contenders. DP World ILT20 Season 4 has thrown us plenty of surprises and stunning results. It's time now to unwrap the Boxing Day matchup. Hello and welcome to the iconic Sharjah Cricket Stadium. It's the table toppers, Desert Vipers, who secured a playoff spot, taking on the Sharjah Warriors in their home ground, who are still breathing in this tournament. Well, a quick look at the points table. It is number 1 taking on number 6, but there's only one spot that remains in the playoff. You still have a couple of teams in contention and it ain't done yet. This is a large league stage match for these two teams, so I guess there's plenty more to cover. Well, Desert Vipers firing on all cylinders. In fact, they've got some luck on the toss. They won 6 tosses. On the other side, Sharjah Warriors need something clicking. Is it coming tonight? We'll find out. It's toss time.
Yes, season's greetings to all, and great to be back here at this iconic cricket ground. We are down to business again in this 4th season of the DP World ILT20, and a very, very important game up for grabs here. The last game of the league stage for these two teams, Sikandar Raza leading the Sharjah Warriors, and of course the Desert Vipers led by Sam Curran. Today, Roshan Mahanama is the match referee, and Miss Drishti Sharma is the toss rep who will pass the coin over.
Heads.
Heads is the call.
And it is a head.
It is heads.
We'll focus.
Desert Vipers, led by Sam Curran, have won the toss. Sam, what are you going to do and why?
We're going to have a ball first. I think, obviously, it looks a really good pitch and smallish ground. We think it's quite a tough defending ground, so we've done it well all season, so fingers crossed we can do it once more tonight.
You've already guaranteed qualification in the top 2. How do you approach tonight's game, and what is important?
Yeah, it's been a fantastic season for us so far. I think we played really well. We've had a couple of injuries with Lockie and Hetty, so a couple of changes there. I think tonight's a really important game for us. I know, and we all know, T20 is a huge momentum game, so we want to have that momentum going into our game and the next time we play. But we're in a good space, and hopefully put a good performance in.
You personally have a 100% record leading this season. How enthused are you about leading this team further on?
Yeah, it's obviously I've really enjoyed it, but I guess it's sad news that Lockie got injured and I've had to take over. He was such a key player for us, so yeah, I've enjoyed the responsibility, and fingers crossed we can make it another win tonight.
So who is in for those two names?
From memory, so Gausi comes back from injury tonight. He's obviously missed 3-4 games for us, the calf injury, and then we got the 4 seamers and the 2 spins, so that's how we're balancing.
Go well.
Cheers. Cheers, mate.
Sikandar, good to have you back standing up here, and your approach towards setting a total could be important tonight. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, certainly it's not a bad shout because wickets have been slightly tricky, and the last game we won at Sharjah was certainly batting first. So we got good memories of setting up a total and defending it. From the last game we played it looked like the wicket got slightly tougher. Hopefully the dew doesn't play a part. It's not a bad toss to lose.
You know the permutations. You need a win, obviously, with other permutations. How does that impact the approach first up with the bat?
Yeah, certainly. I quite like this do and die games because everything is right in front of you. So there's not much to be said. There's not much to be thought of. The only thing we have discussed is that, first of all, we need a win. And then depending on whether we bowl first or we bat first, we've got the numbers in our head, roughly what we need to win by. But it doesn't change the fact that we have to win. And other permutations, as you said, can only come into play if we win today. So while setting a total, it looks like the scores from last year has been slightly on the lower side. So if we can adjust to that and give ourselves the best chance to take the game on in the last few overs, I think it will hold us in great stead.
What's the situation with Tim, and are there any other changes?
Certainly the management has decided that today the team that we picked is probably the best team to give us a chance, and for that, unfortunately, Tim misses out and Garava comes to the side, his first game of the tournament. Apart from that, we've got a couple of changes looking at the impact, but I guess we'll discuss that as the game goes along.
Thank you very much for your time, and all the best to you in this important game.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And just a reminder of what has happened here at the toss. The Desert Vipers have won it, and they will be bowling first. You just take a walk this way, because as important as that decision there by Sam Curran is this playing surface here. So I'm going to just hand you over now to our pitch expert, Darren Ganga.
Thank you very much, Bish. And matches this season at this venue, they've been quite interesting. 4 previous matches, 3 won by teams batting first. And I say interesting because Sam Curran mentioned it. It's a relatively small ground. If you look at what the boundary sizes are for this pitch number 6, many of those sizes sub 60 meters in distance. So it's very easy for batters to score boundaries here. And if we compare this venue across the 3 venues being used, of course, it's the highest percentage of runs scored for batters in boundaries, just about 60%. That's why a lot of the teams winning the toss here, they opt to chase, because it's so difficult to defend scores here. Now, when you look at this pitch number 6, it is bare, bereft of grass. It's got a little sheen on it. So that tells me that there will be little or no lateral movement. However, it's quite cool, so that new ball will swing a bit. Sikandar Raza did mention that there might be a dew factor, which may implicate and affect him later on when he bowls second. But all in all, expect runs, expect boundaries. If you're a batter, you're licking your lips on this surface, because in my estimation, bat will dominate ball. So everything to play for. You can win batting first. You can win defending. We've seen it this season. It should prove to be a very, very exciting game tonight.
Well, thank you so much, Darren, and we are looking forward to it. Hello and welcome to Cricket Safari. Here are my guests, Uruj Mumtaz, as well as Mike Hazeman. Good evening.
Good evening. Hello. How are you?
Well, very well, but that's an interesting decision where Sam Curran has chosen to bowl first, whereas teams batting here have had more success. What do you make of that decision?
I think he gave the explanation in his own answer in saying that it is a smaller ground, so it's always difficult defending. What Sharjah Warriors will have to do is get more than par runs, because they are up against a side who are in good form, both with bat and ball, a well-rounded side. But I think I'm happy with the decision, although Sikandar said that he didn't mind that. It's a good toss to lose in case that dew doesn't come in. So I haven't done many games here. Mikey probably has done a few more games at this venue. If the dew does come in, it just tips it in the favor of the team that is not bowling, that is bowling second, because if the ball gets wet, it just becomes difficult for the Warriors to bowl later on.
Yeah, plenty of things to keep in mind when it comes to conditions. We're just talking about the approach that Sharjah Warriors will take on tonight. We heard Sikandar Raza talk about he's got the numbers in his head, because a win tonight doesn't guarantee them a spot. They've got to win by a margin, and plenty of permutations, combinations comes in.
Yeah, that's going to come clear as we get on. I mean, but the bottom line is I expect they're going to have to win by around about 2 or 3 overs, basically, because it's a situation where they're going to have to play really well and make sure they get going right at the start. What's going to fascinate me as well is the fact that, I mean, this is a very good bowling lineup for the Vipers against a batting side which hasn't been particularly good. So I'm seeing it as a good bowling lineup against a batting lineup which has struggled so far. And there's no doubt the Vipers have been the best bowling lineup in the tournament so far. But it is going to be the Warriors who've got to do all the running. That's for sure. Pressure's on them to make it work.
There's pressure on them. There's solid pressure on the batters. Is because their batting mainstay, where you've got a TKC, a Johnson Charles, you've got James True, you've got Sikandar Raza, all of their strike rate below 130. What do?
Oh, they need to just turn it around. Darren Ganga said if you're a batter, you're licking your lips. So if this is the time to do it in a must-win game, do-or-die situation, first things first, get runs on the board. Permutations, like Sikandar also said, will come into once they've done the first half correct, and they'll know how that plays out. But TKC, for me, has been the one that hasn't really fired a strike rate of less than 100. His strike rate is even below 110. So Johnson Charles, in that tricky surface a couple of days ago in Dubai, we saw him just rein it back in completely. This surface might suit him, but you need big runs up the order. Sikandar has played a few few cameos here and there. James Roos showed what he's made of in terms of glimpses, but they all need to string one big partnership together up the top, through the middle, and they need to keep up with the rate. I reckon they will need to get big runs against a side that comes hard at them, and it won't be easy, like Mikey said, touched on it, with the bowling of the Vipers, which is very, very strong, and it's got plenty of combinations in terms of variations as well.
If I can just correct something I just said, sorry, 20 to 30 runs is what I meant to say, not the wicket side of things. So they've got to hit the ground running. I mean, that's the bottom line for the Warriors.
But true. But you mentioned TKC. He's got a below par strike rate in this particular season. He's been good in the previous seasons, but his strike rate goes even below against spin. So here you've got Andy Flower giving us a masterclass onto how do we counter spin.
About to unravel match 28, Vipers v Warriors, and I'm standing out in the middle at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium, and of course it takes me down memory lane. I'm here to really talk a little bit about sweeping the ball and what it entails, because it's a very important part of the game, and batters try to develop the right proficiencies so that they can score runs fluently in T20 cricket. Now, to tell me a little bit about that aspect of the game and that shot in particular, Andy Flower, former Zimbabwean captain and international player, a master in sweeping the ball and reverse sweeping the ball. A little bit ahead of your time, Andy. Let's start first with the fundamentals of this stroke.
Okay, sure. So the first thing I'd say is you can sweep almost any ball from a spinner, okay? But some of the fundamentals that you want to employ are, and I'm going to show you. Firstly, you want to get down nice and low so that your eyes are close to the ball. You also want to get your eyes close to the line of the ball. So if that's the ball, you don't want your eyes out here. So you want to get down nice and low, and you want your front foot to open up so that it's pointing at the ball. That's a nice little checkpoint for you.
Right.
From that position with your eyes nice and close to the ball, you can start choosing where you want to hit it and how hard you want to hit it, or whether you want it to go aerial or along the ground.
Any other don'ts?
Oh, there's definitely a couple of don'ts. So you don't want to get too far inside the ball, because now your eyes are here and the ball's there. Your chance of missing it go up. You also don't want to be too high, because again, your eyes are too far from the low area that you want to be sweeping from. So I think if you avoiding those two really common mistakes, you're doing well.
And then you mightn't want to overstride as well. Now, I'm going to place two additional balls. This is a ball that is wicket to wicket line. This one is outside the off stump for you as a lefty. This one is down the leg side. Talk to me a little bit about your thought process with these three different options.
Well, the first thing I'd say is I wouldn't be afraid of sweeping the straight ball, because my objective is to hit it in the middle of the bat and not miss it. Some people might be afraid of it because of the greater chance of LBW. That wouldn't worry me.
Okay.
Okay, so, but these three different lines, if the ball is missing leg stump, you want your head and your foot to go towards it, your foot opens up, and then you can choose whether you hit it hard either side of backward square leg, or even just tickle it really fine here. On fast outfields, you tickle it nicely, you get 4 runs. It's a high reward shot. On the straighter one here, you can choose to hit it square, or you can choose to hit a little straighter. And then for the slog sweep that you want to hit big for 6, this wider one is perfect for that. So you get somewhere near it, and then you can hit it anywhere from wide mid-on round to square leg in the air. And it doesn't really matter if their field is on the boundary, you're looking to hit it for 6. And if your risk reward demands it, then that's a good shot for you.
Right, quickly, what about the reverse sweep? What's critical in execution?
Well, the reverse sweep for me, so back in the day when we were reverse sweeping, I didn't turn around like some of the guys are doing it now. I just shoved my front leg again towards the line of the ball, and I turned my hands round. And the crucial thing on this shot was either deciding whether to go down on the ball and keeping it quite safe, and missing the one fielder that's at short 45, or going up and over,
right,
which gives you the 1 bounce 4.
And the aerial option. So there you go, folks, a masterclass. Maybe it's a stroke that can be used here in Sharjah tonight.
Absolute words of wisdom out there from the best Andy Flower. So much success as a coach as well as a batter.
Yeah, he was year 2000 against India. I mean, it's just extraordinary. 2 test matches, scored 540 runs, 183 not out in Delhi, 232 in Nagpur. Sunil Joshi and also Murali Kartik with the spinners, reverse and sweep all over the place. He was just sensational. Soon after that, he got 140 against South Africa in the first dig, 199 in the second dig. he had a blinder of a patch, but in India, sweeping, he was magnificent. That was a great illustration of what he can do.
He indeed is, and also a fantastic human being. Well, with that, very quickly, let me remind you, for everyone who's watching us, join our broadcast because we've got something for you. This is Visi Smart TV presents Jalwa Dikhao in Ampao. Now, before the match begins, this is your chance to be a part of action. It is Visi Smart TV presents Jalwa Dikhao in Ampao contest. Show your energy, show your passion, participate now and win exciting prizes only with Visi Smart TV, a smart TV that has it all. Answer those 2 questions that our commentators ask you during the match and you get a chance to win. Well, with that, we will take a short break now, but let me tell you, on the other side, there's plenty to discuss, especially from the Vipers squad. A bit of a depleted squad. You do not have Lockie Ferguson, you do not have Shimron Hetmyer, no Noor Ahmed. What are the changes? We will show you the teams on the other side, so you stay tuned as Sharjah Warriorz also come in with some force changes. Welcome back. Gentle reminder, you've got the Desert Vipers who won the toss, selected to bowl for Sharjah with the bat. A force change there, no Tim Saudi. That's the reason why Sikandar Raza is captaining. What do you make of the team?
Yeah, I said earlier as well, they've got the names, but they need the runs on the board. Johnson Charles, Tom Abel, TKC has to fire, must fire. Monank Patel is well up there, showed glimpses. James Rue's been slotted in all over from 3 to now he's come down to 6. Sikandar Raza will be key. And then you look at Harmeet Singh and Adil Rashid, who were both phenomenal the other day in Dubai, although they were short. But Richard Engarawa in place of this regular captain. Tim Saudi comes in from Zimbabwe. Tall, fast bowler, high release point, will hit the deck hard. So maybe that added bit of extra bounce might just do the trick.
Also his first game here in the DP World ILT20 Season 4. On the other side, Desert Vipers with a couple of changes. What do you make of it?
Yeah, they've lost, obviously, Lockie Ferguson with that injury as well. Noor Ahmed didn't play in the last game, which means that Qais Ahmed has got a better than he did in the last game as well. Naseem Shah did a pretty good job as well. Payne's been terrific, actually. He's bowled beautifully with his left armers. Kazaim has picked up 13 wickets and has done a fine job as well. Andres Hoss is back. He might just give Max Holden a bit of a boost at the top there. Max Holden has not been as aggressive as he would normally be. Sam Curran's been outstanding with the bat and ball. Jason Roy will get a run, so that's a nice opportunity again for him. And I do think that Hassan Nawaz has got to get some runs. He's had 9 innings so far, and he's only scored 99 runs, and he's been a shadow of his former self. And he's a very fine player, but up until now we haven't seen it.
Right, but the Sharjah Warriors have an uphill task in the power play because there is going to be a Khuzaima Tanveer and he's been stellar with the ball. How good is he going to be on this pitch?
Well, he's already shown you what he can do in the power play. His impact is brilliant, right up there with 13 wickets. And he can wreak havoc because, once again, he hits the deck hard. He's got that top of off-length mastered down with an angle where his body just leans away. He's got the ball that dips back in with the angle. And Mike Haseman next to me reckons this has been the ball of the tournament. To clip Remanullah Gurbaz's off stump from the angle that it just came back in, it was an absolute peach.
That was in Dubai. He had 4 for zip. I mean, that delivery was extraordinary. That swung so late. I mean, the look on Gurbaz's face was, we couldn't believe what happened. Brilliant stuff.
Indeed, that is Khuzaima Tanveer, picked up 13 wickets. Looking forward to more from the man, has been the key cog in Vipers' success. But on the other side, a matchup to look forward to in the power play for you.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting. The Vipers, yet again, have been really good in the power play. They've been the best bowling side in the power play, so they'll certainly put the Warriors under some pressure right at the top. So it's going to be interesting to see how that hands. But I think the Vipers, to me, they're going to be the more buoyant side. They're going to be the more pumped up side. And I think, as I said before, it's all to play for the Warriors.
So who's winning?
Vipers.
For you?
Vipers for me.
Vipers it is. They're going with the table toppers. But remind you, the Sharjah Warriors, it is do or die. You win or you go home, but that's not enough. Live action on the other side.